Alright, ladies and gents, Singati Gaming here, back with another video. So today we're going to be talking about Honkai Star, obviously my preparations for Phainon specifically. So I'm just going to give you a run through of where I am in my preparations for him. So currently I am sitting at 392 pulls with 863 Stellar Jade, obviously just saving from the day-to-day missions. We are probably going to get an extra amount of these things once we do the big session pull for Phainon, which will enable us either to get a light cone or whatever else needs to be done, especially when this thing's here. But I've not used I've not used this thing yet, which is the companion spirits. I'm sort of waiting for another character because I have majority of all these characters and I don't need an E1 Ruin May on this account, unfortunately. But apart from that, not spent a single thing even on the Express Pass. But I think we are currently going to be close to 400 pulls come obviously now the release of Phainon, which is in 3 days, 17 hours. But generally we are at 397, but obviously come the patch and whatever rewards they're going to be giving at the start of the patch, we're going to be hitting at least 420 or 400 flat. Now obviously I have prepared for Phainon, specifically for his teams and just the general build for him. As you can see, everything in terms of material has been collected, and I am obviously also, I spent a large amount of time farming specifically for his relic set, which is this one, the Wave Strider Captain. And what I have at the moment is I'm going to put this specific attack boots with crit damage, 12.3%, and then I have this one crit damage with 5.8% and a 10.8% stat stick, attack stat stick. Now for these I was actually looking at putting this one that has 8.4 crit rate with 7.7. In terms of the headpiece, I'm looking at two. Obviously this was going to be my best option because of the big crit damage stat that I get from here, but obviously I was going to be decided on what I'm going to choose upon his actual release. But this is where I'm standing in terms of his actual kit. Now obviously that's pretty much it in terms of his planner ornaments. What I was actually thinking about doing was specifically this set here. Where is it? Not Firmament Frontline. I was actually did think about doing Firmament Frontline, but Rutilant Arena was one of the best choices I had at the moment. The one I was going to actually put on him was this one, the physical damage boost with the crit damage of 16.2% and attack of 6.9%, and the this specific, I don't know, the rope, yes, I was gonna put this one. I think one of them had 2 crit damage. Yeah, so this one attack rope with crit rate of 2.5% and 12.3%. Obviously when the character comes out and we fully build him, then we'll be able to sort of see, you know, how to match and back and forth his crit rate to crit damage. So that's pretty much it. But in terms of his actual, you know, level up material, we have quite enough just from saving day-to-day basis free to play. We have obviously his ascension material, and most important, we also have his obviously his ascension stats material, obviously to get him to level 12 or level 13, because we are going to be planning to get specifically his E2, so it's not really going to be much of an issue. We are going to be also planning to get his light cone as well, which is the plan depending on when the character comes out. But apart from that, I think everything is pretty much ready for Phainon, to be honest. I also have a majority of these, which is good because that means I can exchange them for these and the specific, I don't know where they are specifically. Give me a second. I think if I go to synthesize, then I can probably do it. I don't know if it's allowing me. So no, I don't think. I don't have, where is it? It's the relic. I don't know what it's called. The resin. The resin that allows you to choose a specific. This one. So I think I used majority of them to sort of get good relics, and then I re-rolled them for quite a bit to be able to get what I wanted. But yeah, that's pretty much it. In terms of teams, I'll be very honest with you. I'm looking mostly at, I don't know why I have this as a team, but I'm looking mostly at this team. But the alternative would be probably, if we're going, I mean, it's a 50-50. I can either go, full heal and then Phainon, or I can go, full on stacks of buffs, which probably in this case would be Bronya, Sparkle, and then because I don't have any other support, and my Ruin Maze specifically geared for Firefly team. On top of the fact that I do have my Wolf, and she's obviously going to be geared towards Acheron, but I do have an E2 Firefly, so I do have a team for her specifically. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be using the Trailblazer, the Remembrance Trailblazer. So my other option is either going to be her or her specifically. So it's sort of a mix. I might end up just choosing her because, remember, she has a really, really big, I don't even know if I can give her a better light cone, to be honest. I think I could. If I don't build it up, the wearer increases damage by 30%. Even ally deals the same damage type. Obviously, forward 18%. If the wearer uses skill, which increases ally's same ability as used by the wearer. This was so I don't have anything else, but the major reason why I like this is because obviously she gives a crit rate of 30%, crit damage 70%, and then increases all allies crit rate by 29%, crit damage by 70%, and at the same time deals imaginary damage. And then I think her skill, when her roaring bowstrings is active, the attack of all allies increases by 88%. So basically you get 88%, about 30% crit rate, 70% crit damage. So that's where I was kind of leaning in, because as much as I like Ting Yun, she just had an increase of damage by 56%, and then she increases the attack of the specified character by 55% up to 20, and then up to 27% of Ting Yun's current attack, and then she obviously deals additional damage. So I was a bit mixed. I had mixed feelings on whether I'm going to obviously use Ting Yun because I have built her up, or if I was going to use obviously Yukong. But if I was going to go full support for Phainon, then this was going to be the team, and then I replaced one of these two because obviously it works better with single target. But if I was going to add a healer, then this would probably be the team. And then then obviously we also do have the Jinglu being buffed, so this was the team I was going to use for Jinglu. Works very well. And then obviously this was going to be the team for Silver Wolf, because obviously Silver Wolf, Acheron, Pella, Mount of Defense, Shred, and then you have adventuring, just being adventuring. But yeah, that's pretty much it. In terms of the thing is, this team works very well, but after having an account that has both Lingsha and Fugwe, they just feel way better than having Luocha and the Trailblazer. So that's where I am. This is probably my second best team, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I have teams for majority of the characters that I use. So in this case, if he ever gets a buff, obviously this is going to be his major team, to be honest. And then for Jinglu, 100%, this is just going to be the best team for Jinglu. I'll be very honest with you. Obviously, she gives her obviously a lot of attack, but also an energy regeneration, and then obviously Sparkle. Additional amounts of skill points allows Jinglu to just go as much as possible. Or I can just put Bronya. Bronya is still good. But yeah, this is the team. I do have also Fei Xiao, but I don't know. I feel like Fei Xiao was one of the worst decisions I've ever made in this account. I have her at A0 with her light cone, but I don't see any use of her, to be honest. I'm not really liking her. She does get a lot of crit damage, that's why she's built like this, but at the end of the day, I don't feel like I've ever liked her as a unit because I don't use her that much. So yeah, I did get Herta. Herta is workable in some situations. The problem is that you do need the Trailblazer for her to be able to deal, I feel, to deal way more damage. But yeah, with Phainon pretty much prepared, we have obviously the healer team, and then we have the full no healer, no sustain, just full buffs DPS team. I'm probably guessing I'm going to have to speed tune this. I'm going to probably have to speed tune Phainon according to Bronya and Sparkle. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we are officially ready. 397 polls, 410 polls at least by the time the patch drops, or when the patch drops, and then yeah, a bit more when obviously we're going through the whole patch. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my ready view gameplay for specifically Phainon. If you guys have questions, feel free to hit in the comments and like, and I will see you in the next one.